For this video, I'm going to go over melodic ways to play keys, as well as different chord voicings that are appropriate for CCM music. The key of C, this is what I call worship piano formula 1, starting from the 1 to the 8 in the Nashville number system. Formula 2. Formula 2, if I'm going to restrict my fingers to not extend, it can just be the 7 instead of going past on the pinky, just to go back to a 2-4, index and fourth finger. So for both formulas 1 and 2, you can follow that configuration. The goal is that your right hand doesn't move anywhere past where the original position is. Having said that, here's some alternatives for nicer sounding voicings of each chord. For the 1, you can do add 9, add 2s, you can do sus 2s. So here's some alternatives. For the 2, you can play the minor 7. Notice how I don't hit the 5 with my left hand. If I did, it would sound very muddy. If I stick with formula 2, I can do. But let's take out the A, see what happens. It sounds a lot cleaner. You can also add the G and look at the texture that comes out. The 3, I'm going to play the 1/3. 1 add 2 or add 9/3. I'm going to use my thumb to jam the 3rd as well. See how that comes out. My pinky, I'm going to extend it, see what happens if it sounds like this. Those are some extra alternatives to playing the 1/3, the 4. Those are all nicer sounding ways. The 5. Sus 4. Back to the 5. The 6. The 7. To make it sound nicer though, I would recommend extending the pinky so it sounds more melodic. And then finally back to the 8. So those are some ways to just simply play nicer sounding voicings in the key of C, going up the Nashville numbers in a diatonic scale. But what if I want to play something more melodic? Here's another cheat code, and there's a lot of these, but for the sake of making this concise, I'll just show us maybe 2 more. With the right hand, you can do 5, 1, 2, 5. And then you can also do 5, 7, 1, 5. I'm going to play around with any of those, and I'm going to go ahead and play around with the key of C. Just do random progressions. making random noises with just those notes. And then the last technique for this video will be interval of sixes. So if I think of, a lot of you might know interval of thirds. It's a very common technique used to make nice voicings. But it's the same idea essentially, but you're doing it not in thirds, but in sixes. Same notes, but just the interval that this makes it sound nicer. So I'm gonna just observe. I'm just gonna randomly go around in sixes as I play different chords with my left hand in the key of C. Notice how some areas it sounded dissonant, but in general, this interval of sixes concept can give you a lot of melodic options and nice flavor, a nice coloring of voicings to add in some space. So that mixed in with knowledge of the chords I'm playing, if I'm playing the 1, 4, 6, 5, here's how that can happen. But it sounds dissonant. But using thumb on the C, this is an A minor. So in those areas, I wouldn't do the interval of 6. I would just play the chord. So aside from those exceptions that I'm demonstrating, the interval of 6 is a very useful technique to give you more options melodically. Thank you for watching. Until next time.